All right, today we're jumping into Google's NotebookLM. Now, the goal here isn't just another AI tool. They're aiming for something they call a thinking partner. So let's dig in and see what that actually means. So, have you ever felt like you're trying to drink from a fire hose? You're trying to learn something new and you're just buried under a mountain of research papers, articles, and hours of video? Yeah, the problem isn't finding information anymore, right? The real struggle is making sense of it all. It's about turning that chaotic flood of data into something coherent, something you can actually use. But what if you had an AI that worked exclusively with your stuff? And this is exactly where NotebookLM comes in. It's built on a fundamentally different idea than most AI tools you're used to. It's an AI that's grounded in your personal sources and your sources alone. Okay, so here's the crucial difference. Unlike a general-purpose AI that pulls from the entire, vast internet, NotebookLM only uses the documents you give it. This means its answers are directly tied to your material, the citations are super precise, and that risk of the AI just making stuff up, what we call hallucination, is way, way lower. In fact, one study found it cut down on hallucinations by a whopping 87% when it was analyzing scientific papers. That's huge. So how does it do this? Well, the secret sauce is a technique called Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG. To put it simply, before NotebookLM even tries to answer your question, it first goes and searches your documents for the relevant facts. It retrieves the info first, then it generates the answer. That's what makes it so reliable.
And for anyone worried about privacy, and we all should be, this is key. Google is crystal clear on this. Your data is private. Nothing you upload, nothing you ask is used to train their AI models. Your notebook is your own private, closed sandbox. Period.
So the best way to think about NotebookLM is as your personal research expert, an expert who is only an expert on the information you give it. Let's take a look at what that actually feels like. It all starts with your sources. You can create a dedicated notebook for any project and just start uploading. And you can throw almost anything at it. We're talking PDFs, Google Docs, links to websites. It'll even pull the transcript from YouTube videos. It can even read images of your handwritten notes, which is kind of wild. You're basically building your own focused, private mini internet for the AI to work with. And here it is, the ultimate fix for those AI hallucinations. When you ask a question, every single answer comes with citations. You can just hover over a number to see the exact passage it came from, and then click to jump right to that spot in your original document. You never have to guess or wonder where the AI got its information. It shows you its work. But NotebookLM goes way beyond just being a Q&A machine, and this is where it starts to get really, really powerful. It can actually transform your static pile of documents into dynamic, multimedia content. So let's say you're a student. You've got a big exam coming up. You've uploaded all your lecture notes, your required readings, a bunch of research papers, all of it. With a single click, you can ask NotebookLM to pull it all together. And boom, what you get is a comprehensive study guide generated in seconds. It pulls out all the key terms, it summarizes the core concepts, and it even creates potential essay questions for you. And it's all based only on your class materials. Okay, now for one of its most, innovative features. NotebookLM can take your sources and generate custom audio conversations. It can create a short summary, a critique between two AI hosts, or even a full-on debate exploring different sides of an argument from within your documents. And the audio quality is surprisingly good. When this feature first launched, people were kind of blown away by how human-like the conversation sounded. This is not just some monotone robot reading text. It's a dynamic discussion. So how on earth does it pull this off? The process is actually fascinating. It's this whole chain of queries. First, it outlines the key points. Then it generates a detailed script. Then it actually critiques and revises its own work. But step 4, that's the magic ingredient. It adds disfluencies, the ums, the ahs, the natural pauses that make speech sound convincingly human. Then, finally, an advanced text-to-speech engine adds realistic pacing and intonation. Okay, so we've seen all these cool individual features, but how do they all combine to help you actually master a new subject? Well, let's look at a powerful workflow that turns this tool into a complete learning system. So here's how you could build a complete learning system from scratch. It starts with setup. You create a notebook and you upload a bunch of different sources, a video, an article, a chapter from a book, so you get the full context. Next, you get the big picture, Ask the AI to whip up a mind map for a high-level visual overview. Then you build structure by having it create a slide deck for a step-by-step walkthrough. Now, step 4, active learning is crucial. This is where you ask it tough questions and try to explain concepts back to the AI to really see if you get it. And finally, you test and retain by having it generate quizzes and flashcards. See? This isn't just passive reading, it's a full cycle that leads to active mastery. So when you step back and look at all these features working together, you start to realize this is more than just a new app. It's really pointing towards a new future for how we learn. The big takeaway is this. NotebookLM isn't trying to be an all-knowing oracle that has every answer. It's a focused, private tool designed for one single purpose, to help you think better and work smarter with the information that matters most to you. It's not just retrieving facts. It's designed to help you synthesize, understand, and create. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. In a world where you can build your own personal, trusted expert on literally any topic you choose, from quantum computing to ancient history, what would you choose to master first?